Did you know that delayed and lost luggage is at an all-time high? This is part of the reason I really try hard not to check a bag. But if you do, here are the steps you need to take if your bag doesn't arrive with you to your destination. First of all, before you travel, you should make a detailed list of everything you've packed so you know the approximate value of your belongings. It's also not a bad idea to take pictures, especially if you're carrying something super expensive. This way you'll have proof. If you travel often and typically check a bag, investing in a bag tracker is also a good idea. This way you can keep up with your bag on your own. Now let's just say you're worried that your bag has been lost. You'll need to give it time. Remember, the airlines are incredibly short-staffed, so it could take a while for all the bags to come through. Plus, luggage typically comes up in waves, so just because yours didn't come up initially doesn't mean it's lost. If your suitcase does not appear on the designated carousel, there's always a chance it made the flight but was offloaded somewhere else. So you should take a quick look at other carousels to see if your luggage has already beat you there. It could also be at the airline's luggage claim area or some other holding place. Now this typically doesn't happen, but it's always a good idea to double check before reporting your bag lost to the airline. If you still can't locate your bag, you'll need to find the airline baggage desk. If you were on a connecting flight with more than one airline, you'll have to file a claim with the airline of your final flight, since that airline is ultimately responsible for delivering your bag to you, even if the bag never entered its system. In small airports, you may have to report your missing bag to a third-party company, which will typically work with multiple airlines. Once you've determined where to report it, inform the agent that your luggage did not come as expected. Provide a copy of your bag tag at check-in and have the agent look up your information. Also, you may be able to check the status of your suitcase using an airline's app. This is also where a bag tracker would come in handy, because you should be able to see whether your bag made the trip or if it's still stuck at your last destination. At any rate, if you and the agent can't determine the whereabouts of your luggage, you'll have to file a claim. Include as much information about your bag and your travel plans as possible, such as its size, color, and material, as well as any identifying tags. Also make sure your local location and contact details are included, and be sure to get the phone number of the lost luggage desk and some kind of reference or tracking number. When filing a report, be sure to ask whether the airline is willing to provide compensation as well as the amount it will refund you. The agent with whom you file the missing luggage report should be able to provide you with the carrier's criteria, including whether you are eligible for a refund of any checked baggage costs you paid. Just keep in mind that if you're returning home after a vacation or a business trip, the airline will not pay you for any delayed baggage costs other than returning your luggage to you. And if you traveled on Delta or Alaska, ask about a baggage guarantee claim, since both of these carriers were offering 2,500 bonus miles if your bags aren't delivered to the carousel within 20 minutes of arrival. With all of the staffing shortages and bag issues this year, I'm not sure if this guarantee is still in effect or not, so just ask before you leave. One of the most important facts to include in your claim form is your local address. Whatever you do, do not offer to return to the airport to get your belongings. Even if the agent tells you that it will be on the next flight and that you should wait at the airport, politely but firmly decline. If your suitcase does not arrive with you, the airline's baggage office or the contract agency is now in charge of returning it to you and should be willing to cover the cost. Now the waiting game begins. If you need to pick up essential items while your bag is being located, items like a change of clothes, a toothbrush, toothpaste, and deodorant are typically considered reasonable purchases and should be reimbursed. But the airline will require original receipts for all purchases, so don't think you can go on a shopping spree. Just concentrate on the bare essentials in the hopes that your bag arrives soon. Once you reach wherever you're staying, you should check the status of your claim and see if there's been any updates. Most airlines have automatic luggage tracking systems, so you should be able to remain updated online if you have your original bag tag or a reference number related with the missing bag report you submitted. In most cases, delayed bags are returned within a few days, and less than 5% of luggage is never returned. But an airline will classify your suitcase as lost after 14 to 21 days, though this may happen sooner. If this determination has been made, you will need to file a new claim against the airline for lost luggage rather than delayed, which normally entitles you to a larger sum of money. Most claim forms will need you to list everything in your bag, including purchase dates and original receipts for items valued over a certain amount. And just know depreciation does apply, so don't expect a full refund for something you purchased 5 years ago. Keep in mind, too, that this is not an opportunity to cheat the airline because there are systems in place to handle situations like this. Furthermore, if an airline has already reimbursed you for expenses incurred while your suitcase was delayed, that sum will be deducted from your ultimate settlement. If you're interested in more airline tips, you can check out some of my other videos here. Until next week, stay safe and remember, travel is life.